What's good, everyone? I promised you, we're gonna start our project car, which we have like ever since before the M class was built. I don't know, like year plus ago. And what we're gonna do with it? Well, we're gonna build it. As you may know, I have a Mercedes C-Class W203. It's a T200, which means it has a 2-liter compressor engine, which produces like 120 kilowatts of power, something around 140 or 150 horsepower. If I'm mistaken, correct me. So, obviously, as you can see, we have some spray foam on top. We have some parts that is like kinda done, but not full into shape. Like the main base is basically done, and now I just need to shape it even more and more and more, and basically continue with shaping, forming, and making everything literally exactly the same as one side as the other side. And what I think we're gonna do is actually, well, my plan is that we gonna take one part at a time, and we're gonna shape it and make it like almost at the end, where we only gonna have to just put on top layer like the carbon and just spray the lac. So that's it. So until the carbon, I think we're gonna finish like all the parts. So the first things first, I think we're gonna start with the engine hood, which, as you can see, is pretty much complex shape. I don't like the shapes, especially right here. I think we can do like straight and do like straight like an angle, and that way we can make like more out of normal shape of the outside. The vents that is actually gonna sit, it's alright. This is going to be the big one, and it's going to be like all of these like the small ones. So for now, it's not attached. I mistakenly, like, all of these parts on the sides except the hood are sprayed it directly onto the body. This is wrapped, so it doesn't affect the paint or anything like what is in the metal. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna take it off, peel off. There is a tape, so we're gonna peel it off and just gonna go and stick. I've been in the shop, I have taken some 2 bottles of spray foam, so we can start to mount it properly and then start shaping into a final shape. So yeah, that's our plan, I think, and well, we're gonna have to work now. So that has been, I removed like all the tape that was underneath, because the tape does not really sticks to the vinyl, and I sprayed it, as you saw, underneath. I pressed it and I sprayed some places where I think I'm gonna need some material to cut and deal with. So now just gonna wait to dry and gonna start shaping once again. As you saw, I start kinda shaping one of the arch while this is like drying, and I sprayed it a bit more. So I'm gonna try to make this arch go like not like regularly and end, but it's going to be like how let me show you, like this, and it's gonna bend backwards. So it's gonna be like a mountain and a hill, like very smooth. I will try to make it, and I don't know, maybe I can try to like connect with this, but I don't know how is it going to be looking. So maybe I will try to do at least one side. I'm gonna see how it looks, because this part, especially if you're gonna do all this hard material, this would be really complicated, fragile if you're gonna hit, because it doesn't have any support. It only comes from there and ends here, basically an end. So if we can connect this and make like this quarter piece all in one without any ends, I think maybe that should work way better. So as you can see, I sprayed it like and connected with this piece, so now it's like in one. So probably we're gonna go like down and then like that, and somehow manage to like curve out to be basically like curved piece. And here is going to be like this connection between the arch and the front bumper. So what I cannot do, because it still doesn't have a lowering springs, so I cannot really go to the bottom line over here. I can go like make it until here. I'm gonna stop, and then when I don't have anything to do left and only left is like the bottom piece, then I'm gonna put my lowering springs, lower it like the maximum amount. Probably gonna leave it like 5 or 6, maybe 7 centimeters from the ground of clearance, and then I can make the bottom line like complete, and then I can raise it how much I want, if I want to drive it on a like bumpy road, you know. So until there's no lowering springs, I'm not gonna do bottom piece. Same for the side skirts and the rear also. So but we have a lot of work to do on the top, arches, vents and everything, so we're gonna continue that. I'm gonna start cutting and shaping. As you can see, I'm starting to a bit shape everything up until this dries. This is almost dry, probably half an hour is gonna be good and ready to shape it all out. So far so good. Nothing is to worry about, because the spray foam is pretty easy to work with. I have this like a sand sponge, I think. The grade was on this was 36. It's really good on shaping the spray foam, which is like hard. It's really easy to take off. It's like a grinder. You can really easily take off. You can try use like 60 for smoother like finish, but if you want to really like take off the materials and make it shapes and twists and bends, you know, you can use like 36. I think it's like the lowest grade, so you can use that. That's what I'm using. As you can see, I started to shape. On the big spots the foam is pretty much not that really hardened. It's still, you can see, pretty soft. That's not really good, so but I started to kind of shape it at least a little bit, so the foam can dry a bit faster, you know, to get air. And so far I'm just slowly like trimming this section, which is going to be like, here is going to be a vent, so I kind of grooved out, and I'm starting to like shape inside, while this also gonna dry. So I'm gonna continue my journey like right over here and over here, and as I said, I'm gonna leave this, so this will be later on. What I think, I'm gonna start pre-shaping this side also at the same time, so it will be exactly the same timing and is exactly the same. I know how I did another side, so I'm gonna do this side the same. Okay, what do we have here? So as you saw, I'm starting to kind of shave it, the sides, the inline for the top. And basically, I'm measuring everything from the hood to exactly same measurements, same for the outside. Just anyone, if you're interested in how to do like exactly geometrical same shapes, you always take either from corners to your sides, from other corners, from something you can take a measurement one, which is like the same. Let's say, for example, this piece goes exactly the same, nothing is curved. You can check if you want, is the measurement the same, and you can check measurements from here, from something that you can have a point which is the same on the other side. And basically that's what we are doing right now. So I'm just started to do this other side, because first of all I did this one, I curved how I want, and then I took some measurements like this one, how far is there, and I exactly copied how much is here, and now I think looks pretty the same. So now I'm gonna continue, probably take some measurements and gonna cut the grooves inside this kind of U shape. I'm gonna start shaving. So far I think I did like 3-hour job, and I think that's pretty good, the how much I did actually. And it's going to be a small break. I think I'm gonna go to eat lunch and probably gonna go back, but first I think I'm gonna shave this inside and then I'm gonna go. Okay, so that's basically what I did. I measured exactly the same, looks the same, even on an eye, even in real eye. So I basically use this kind of metal ruler and some Chinese blades, but those are like 30 degrees I think, which you can see it's way steeper. So 3 first ones I did by the side of the middle, and from the side I'm gonna now measure exactly where to cut the end of this middle intake, and then we're gonna pre-cut it, and so on. We're gonna continue with those two and opposite side, and then obviously gonna do this main intake and gonna start shaping all the way, like everything. so as you saw, I start shaping this middle main part. So I think what I'm gonna do is those three pieces are coming along in one direction, and then this starts, and then I'm gonna, as you see, I leave a gap and do exactly the same angle as these ones, and then I'm gonna do a stair, and I did already here another angle. So I think that kind of gives more like of an aggressive look. I don't know, can you see it or not, but basically it's going to be like stairs, and this piece is going to be the main one. So we're also gonna do a bit in angles and gonna copy the same on that side. For some reason, like some of the parts did not really glued, so I'm gonna continue like spraying foam like in the gaps, so it's not going to move, it's gonna stay real tight and it's not gonna move. So then I can sand it evenly everything, and then probably gonna finish it up, finish all the touches. I just sprayed it some more foam because it wasn't matching the inside gaps, like how far everyone should be. So now it's going to be, I'm gonna make it even, like all the gaps and all this to be in the same level as like both sides. So basically for the middle part, everything is kind of complete. I sprayed it some extra where I saw like bigger gaps, so I don't have to put like a lot of this putty. So I'm just gonna leave it probably. I don't know, maybe could manage to do it today, but if not, I'm gonna just leave it for tomorrow. It's gonna be real hard. Tomorrow I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna do like, started doing shaping this corner probably, and this part over here. Right, so what do we have? So I kinda a bit shaped this side, but only a bit. This still needs to dry. I tried to cut it, it's still like soft. I only managed to cut it like small pieces, but the real thing is like the main like shape, the main corpus is like almost complete. Tomorrow I will probably finish with all the foam on the vent. And what else I did, I actually like redesigned this thing to be attached. There's probably gonna be some more designs, but we'll see in a further time. This is vent, as you can see, and same as here, goes through. And for the arch, I kind of removed that piece because I don't know, it didn't match the outfit for this car. So far looks like this. I mean, that is pretty progressive work, I think. Tomorrow we're gonna finish that and probably gonna do the arches and the front bumper top one. So yeah, I think that's probably it for today. I hope you like it. As always, drop a like and see you tomorrow.